All right, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises and infinite glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, rule and teach well. And also peace and safety to the Akim that spread across the four corners of the world, that's pushing out this truth with all diligence and also putting their lives on the line to do so. I am the brother Karatazah here of Great Millstone, Atlanta. Just here, with a lesson going into the topic of the Lord, won't forget, his elect, which stems out of the Israelites, which are you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, within those nations, of people, there is an elect, who the Lord has chosen, to receive salvation, on this side. Okay, when I say that, is speaking of America being destroyed and the elect being saved out of that by way of chariots. Thus saith the scriptures. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just gonna dive right into the scriptures, and I'm gonna start off in the book of Isaiah, Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, the 47th chapter and the 22nd verse, and it says, "But the Lord will never leave off his mercy." That's right. The scriptures speak on, Yahweh Bahashem and Yahweh Shai's everlasting mercies. Okay. It says, "Neither shall any of his works perish." All right. The works that the Lord, has done. So since, the beginning of time, since the beginning of, the creation, it's still standing to this day. All right. Even when you read, Genesis, the first chapter, the scriptures, go into how the world was made, by way of Yahweh Shai and the angels, if you have the understanding, and his works are still standing, like I said. But continuing, it says, "Neither will he abolish the posterity of his elect." You see, and when you go into that word posterity, it basically goes into the descendants. Okay. So neither will the Lord abolish the descendants of his elect. All right. Going to show you that, pursuant to Zechariah, the 13th chapter, it speaks of, the elect being saved out of America, including the 1/3, of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Anyone else that's outside, of the elect and the 1/3 that's here in America is going to be put to death, by way of missiles, famine, pestilence, and so on and so forth, man. Okay. And it says, "And the seed of him that loveth him, he will not take away. Wherefore he gave a remnant unto Jacob, and out of him a root unto David." You see, so that remnant, was given into Jacob, which we know Jacob's name was changed to Israel after he wrestled with the angel. Okay. And this chapter was speaking on, the King David, and King Solomon, how they were great men. All right. So the Lord blessed, their seed lines, and ultimately, we have, the elect, man, or Israel. Okay. So from there, I'm going to go to the book of Isaiah. So I can. Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 4. And it says, "For Jacob my servant's sake and Israel mine elect, I have called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, thou hast not known me." You see, so it says, and Jacob, and Israel mine elect. Okay. So that shows you that the elect comes from out of Israel, man. All right. Not any other nation. The scripture tells you how the Lord, don't deal with any other nation, man. Okay. What's that? Psalms 119. I believe. Matter of fact, let me get it since I quoted it. Salakia. I got mixed up. It's Psalms 147 and 19. It's like in verse 20. Matter of fact, I said it verse 19. It says, he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and for his judgments they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. You see, so the Lord doesn't deal with any other nation outside of Israel, man. All right. Now, does he give them, bits and pieces, to fulfill prophecy, man? For instance, Esau, having rulership, over the Israelites, it was for prophecy's sake, not because the Lord, deals with them, man. All right. They're going to be taken out of power swiftly. Okay. Thus saith the scriptures. All right. So from here, I'm going to go to the same book back in Isaiah chapter 65. Matter of fact, I'll get Isaiah 45 and 17, which is a classic. It says, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord Yahweh with the everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. You see, so Israel is going to be saved, and the elect out of Israel, pursuant to Romans the 9th chapter, all Israel is not of Israel. Okay. So 2/3 of our you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are going to be put to death, man. Like I said before, and brought back in the kingdom by way of the elect. Okay. So that's why it's important to reverence, the great men that was before us, because they show us the path of Lord willing, we be a part of that number, how we could be of that number. All right. Of the elect, the 144,000, 12,000 out of each tribe, man. All right. The elect. All right. So from here, I'm gonna grab one more scripture. In Colossians chapter 3 and verse 12, I believe. Yep. Because I just spoke of, how, we could be a part of that number. Colossians 3 and 12. It says, put on, therefore, as the elect of the Most High, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long-suffering. You see? So these are all examples of how we could be, a part of that number. Matter of fact, I'm going to grab this word elect here, too, as well. In the Greek, it's G1588, and it's eklektos, and it says picked out or chosen by the Most High. You see, so the Lord does have a favorite, like how these Christians like to tell you, the Lord, he loves everybody, come as thou art. Don't know, the Lord does have a favorite, and it's his elect. All right, since the beginning. All right, pursuant to Jeremiah, the 1st chapter, man. Okay. It'll skip down a little. It said, choice, select, an example, the best of its kind or class. You see, so the elect is the best out of that nation, man. All right, and that's what we're striving for. That's why the scripture tells us to put on, therefore, as the elect. All right, showing mercy just as Yahweh, show mercies unto us, man. All right, it says, verse 13, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. And if any man have a quarrel against any, even as Hamashiach forgave you, so also do ye. You see? So just like, the Lord, Yahweh Shai forgave us, it says we're supposed to forgive as well. These are all characteristics that an elect man will have, man. All right. So we have to lead by example and be leaders to our people. All right. Because at the end of the day, we don't know who one another are. The man, that's standing right beside us, could be the Lord's favorite. Yahweh Shai had a favorite as well, man. I believe it was John. Brothers could correct me if I'm wrong. But Yahweh, it's okay to have a favorite. All right, and we're just striving to be one of Yahweh's favorite, man. All right, so I just wanted to briefly touch on that. Lord willing, it was edifying. I'm gonna close out by giving all praises and infinite glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Till the next time, I say shalom.